or be killed. Actually saying you either kill it or it's going to kill you. I wish I had some help right there. You're going up against some things that must die. And the attitude that you have to have is that I'm coming out a winner. Do I have any help in this room? But before, and hear me good, but before going to war, before actually going to war, there has to be some questions that you're going to have to ask yourself. Y'all going to help me in here? You have to ask yourself a couple of questions, because you can actually find yourself in a battle that has not been designed for you. You can find yourself trying to fight a battle that has not been designed for you. And when the battle that you should be fighting comes your way, you won't be able to fight it because you're worn out from fighting a battle that God never intended for you to fight. Y'all gonna help me here. Let me use this right here. I want you to understand that everything and every battle and every struggle that comes your way doesn't mean that you should fight it. That if you end up fighting the wrong battle, you will end up being so tired and wore out that when the battle that God has for you to fight for your victory, you'll be so tired that you won't be able to fight it. Do I have any help in this room? And when, hear me good, one thing for sure is that we, prior to the battle, that we must ask ourselves a couple of questions. Number one is the underlying cause for which I am going to battle. Is this battle worth fighting? Am I fighting, hear me, am I fighting for the right reason? Hear me? What do I do in the midst of this battle? What do I have to gain out of fighting this battle? And the reason why you must ask these questions is because battle is the seed for territory. Y'all ain't gonna help me in the room. Listen, I'm not gonna fight if I don't gain nothing out of beating the war. Because battle brings you territory. A warrior, hear me good, a warrior who is passionate about his cause will approach the entire event from a different advantage. He will approach it differently than anybody else. He will train for fighting while others are sleeping. Y'all that will help me in the room. He will train while other folks are sleeping, and he will give up things that others feel that are important to them. Yeah, he will fight when his emotions feel fear. He'll fight even when he gets tired. Because when you're going through different situations and things that are unwanted, you'll find yourself getting tired out. But you got to put in your mind that I got to fight this thing all the way to the end. Why don't you help me by looking at your neighbor and tell them, keep on fighting. Yeah. We got to keep on fighting. Let me here remind you that you must go to war with your weapons. The question arises, what are my weapons? 2 Corinthians 10:4 says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Let me say it like Paul said it, but let me read it from the Message Bible. The tools of our trade aren't for marketing or manipulation, but they are for demolishing that entire massive corrupted culture. In other words, not for friends or popularity. I wish I had some help in here. This thing I must take personal. Because in these battles, you may not gain any friends. And you definitely may lose some of ones that started out with you. That some folk that started out with you might don't end up with you. Because they don't understand why you're fighting. I wish I had some help in here. But I want you to look at somebody and tell them, but you got to keep on fighting. For they are, hear me good, but they are to destroy everything that will attack your knowledge of deliverance. All the tricks of intimidation that were used in the past are now effective. Y'all ain't gonna help me in here in their execution. Because of where I am in my mind, because of where I am in my spirit, no weapon that form against me shall prosper.